Hi, I'm Angela Breidenbach, and welcome to the Genealogy Publishing Coach. And this is a new podcast that's going to help anybody who is wanting to publish their story go from the very beginning all the way through writing, editing, publishing, and then on into marketing those books. It's a wonderful opportunity to take a book, a story that is passionate to you, and not just because it's passionate to you, but because you're preserving history. You're preserving somebody's heroic story or somebody's life story, something that you've always wanted to do. And that is what I'm here to help you do. Sometimes we'll have some guests, sometimes we'll just talk details about how to get it done, how to achieve that dream. One of the ways that you can achieve that dream is by going to writing conferences. That is my number one tip that I give to everybody. And here we are on my first episode of the Genealogy Publishing Coach podcast. And you're going to see tips in every single episode. But my number one tip for the number one episode is that you really need to go to writing conferences. I'm going to be teaching at one coming up. It's called the Northwest Christian Writers Renewal. It's a conference that normally happens in person, but as so many have been happening this year on Zoom or on other apps, there's a variety of opportunities for you to do virtually and save yourself money, especially if you've never been to a writing conference before. This is a chance to try it out, do it in an inexpensive way. You're not going to have the travel, the flights, the transportation between airport and hotel, the cost of the hotel, the cost of the food. And trust me, the five, six, seven, $8 coffees in the hotel lobby, which are crucial when you're at a writing conference because you need to sit down and visit with people and network. This time, you're going to have the opportunity to do that virtually. And that to me is super exciting. I'm going to tell you about a couple of the classes that you can do, but make sure that you write down this website and I'll put it in the description so that you can find it. But it's northwestchristianwriters.org. Northwest is abbreviated NW. So nwchristianwriters.org. Go there, sign up because it's coming up May 21st and 22nd. This is a fabulous conference. I've been there as an attendee and I've taught there now a few times. And this is, I think, my third time teaching there, and it's one of my favorites. Here's why: there are a couple of classes per hour. And what's nice about that is you don't get overwhelmed, but you can follow whichever is your heart's interest at that time. And if you're interested in publishing a book, whether it's genealogy or whether it's any other thing, it's really important that you understand how to do it professionally. Because when you professionally publish a book, that book sells. But when you don't know what you don't know, it makes it really struggle. And it could be the best book in the world. But if there are these red flags that stop it from looking professional, that's what's going to cause you all the problems. So, we're going to talk about those at this upcoming conference. And on this show, the Genealogy Publishing Coach, you are going to hear all of the professional details in every episode with special tips. And here's my first one: go to northwestchristianwriters.org and sign up for that conference May 21st and 22nd. And that is this week coming up. So, do it quick. Now, what's going to happen in those classes? There's going to be classes on how to get an agent, how to professionally write your story. There's going to be different classes on how to publish with specific publishers. So here's a couple of them. What agents do for authors and publishers, a tag team with Vicki Crumpton and Bob Hopstetler. Imagining Your Book, a book proposal workshop by Pete Ford. Now, I've had to write a lot of book proposals. In order to get one book accepted, you're probably going to get rejected 10 times that, and sometimes more. There are some very famous authors who've been rejected 140 times before their first book got published. So what? Keep trying. It's all about the numbers. Being in the publishing industry is about being professional and understanding rejection is not personal. And that is very important. So get in with these agents and learn what they want to teach you because they want to accept your work and they want to promote your work, but only if it's professional. Now, that's the first class, 9:30 in the morning Pacific on the 21st of May. The next one is Connecting with Characters by Karen Beery. She is a wonderful teacher, and you need to get in that class and understand how to write a character and how to do it well. The four P's to landing a literary agent is Barb Roos is the teacher, and that one is in the same 10:30 Pacific time morning track. So you got to pick between them, but they're both excellent classes. Pick the one that fits your need at the time. There's a morning class coming up at 11:30 Pacific on May 21st, and it's me. And I'm teaching powerful prose, passive to active. And it's really important to understand what passive writing is and what active writing is. That right there will separate you from the pack with your writing. And we'll get into that in detail in this podcast, but you need to know where to find it. This is the Genealogy Publishing Coach, and it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Anchor. It's going to be on Apple and all of the different podcasting places that you find and download your favorite podcasts. But you need to look for the Genealogy Publishing Coach. And then my name is Angela Breidenbach. Now, so why am I teaching some of these classes? Well, one of them coming up that I'm teaching is going to be how to start a podcast. One of the things that I like to do is kill two birds with one stone, or three, or four. You want to be able to multi purpose what you're doing. So, right now, as I am vlogging to you, I'm using the Zoom Pro app and I'm recording it to the cloud. That'll give me an audio and a video that I can post on YouTube, and I can also post on my website. That's another tip. But in addition to that, I am using my phone and I'm using the Anchor app. Why? Because there's different places that I'll want to distribute this podcast. And one of those places is Anchor because they have a new way of giving you opportunities to earn money. Nice. We'll get into that in the class. And this is at northwestchristianwriters.org. But we'll also get into it in this podcast, The Genealogy Publishing Show. So, what we want to do now is understand that the first place we go when we want to write a book is a Christian Writers Conference, because these writers' conferences are excellent for connecting you to your opportunities and to the education and the professionalism and the networking. So you've got to go there. I'll also be teaching a class on indie book publishing. So that'll be really fun. And I'll be telling you a lot of different websites, a lot of tips, what you need to do, what the red flags are in a book, what do you do about an ISBN, what's the difference between being an American author and ISBNs and European or other countries and how they may or may not use them. What's the difference in interior design and how do you get a good interior design? And what are some apps that'll help you with that? We're going to talk about those. I'm an author who has published over 18 books, and I have 5 more in a series coming out starting August through December of 2021. I'm doing those indie because I have the opportunity through what I've learned to be able to grow forward in my career. And I want to give that opportunity to you too. So look for the Queen of the Rockies series coming out late summer and fall 2021. And then you'll see some of the things that I'm telling you in action. In addition to those classes that I'm teaching a third one, which is podcasting, how to start your own podcast. I've had several podcasts and I've been a co host in several podcasts. And I did have a short career in radio. I was in sales and I did a lot of voiceover and commercials and that kind of a thing. So it's really fun to be able to teach people what I know and help them share their voice with the world and share their passion with the world. Hopefully, your passion connects with other people's passion, and you have a lot of fun doing podcasting and publishing. And that's something I'm good at. So I hope that I can help you be good at that too. And what does it take? It takes an open mind that wants to learn and grow and help others learn and grow. And that is amazing when it comes together for you. So that's what I'm hoping to be able to do for you as a teacher at this writing conference coming up. And in addition, you're going to learn all sorts of things from an amazing author and speaker, Mary DeMuth. She is the keynote speaker, and she's going to be teaching on marketing and how to build a wildly engaged readership with joy and less stress. And you will learn, as an author, That is very stressful, the amount of marketing and things that you have to do to help your career and your brand succeed. So, it's an important thing to do to get involved with these writing conferences. It's an important thing to do to learn how to write your voice, speak your voice, and share your voice. And that's why I'm here as your genealogy publishing coach and also as a conference teacher and speaker. For me, I think conferences are my number one because they changed my life. I had always dreamed of being a writer and a speaker and a genealogist, and I didn't know how all those things could come together, but they can. What you need to do is find your own niche. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that your voice shares with the world? And another tip that I can give you is your voice is not the sound of it per se when you're writing or when you're speaking or when you're teaching. Your voice is the personality of how you write and speak and teach. And when you master who you really are, putting that out for other people to consume, I guess, whether it's reading or whether they're listening to you through the audio spoken voice, there are certain things that you do, inflections, things that make it important, the words you choose to use, and sometimes even the poetic license that you use in your writing. You may not be a poet, but did you know poetry and rhetorical device are crucial in writing to keep a reader engaged? Yes, you'll learn that in this upcoming conference, and you'll learn it here on the Genealogy Publishing Coach show. So it's really important that you get involved in learning and upgrading your professional presentation of your writing, your book covers, interior, exterior, all of the marketing that goes around it, and what you've done to learn the research to put into those books, whether they're fiction or nonfiction, articles, or written for a scientific paper. The presentation has to be done in such a way that it appears professional. And that's what I'm here to help you do. There's some other classes that are important for you in this upcoming conference. And What is Platform and How Do I Build It by Keely Boving. Tame the Tomato, Time Management for Writers. Oh, that's a killer. There's a lot of great opportunities to learn your style, and this is one that you can learn by Lindsay Franklin. And Theme is being taught by Sally Apodak. And it's important for you to understand that theme is a crucial part of whatever book you're writing. And I know if you're wanting to write a genealogy book, sometimes people think that's really dry. The reality is, you could be writing something that's scientific with DNA. You could be writing something that is a love story, which is one of the things I love to do is find the historic love stories and share those and put them into the historical context with the real historical characters. That's my specialty. I love doing that. But it doesn't matter whether you are doing it for nonfiction or fiction, whether you're doing it for a historical or contemporary, you still need to understand what the do's and don'ts of writing and the professionalism of that is. Otherwise, the book doesn't sell. And it's very important that all of these things come together in the right way. So let us help you. Let me help you on this podcast, The Genealogy Publishing Coach, and let us help you at writing conferences. The next one coming up, northwestchristianwriters.org. And I hope to see you back here for more episodes. And I hope to see you at the upcoming conference. It's something you'll never regret doing, especially if your dream has been to get published. So thanks for being with me, and I'll see you back here really soon. And don't forget to check out the description because I'll put in the links for what you need. All right. You all have a fantastic day and see you real soon.